Hello guys, I'm DailyFix and welcome back to X4 Reemergence. Now, unfortunately, some time has passed and yeah, there were some problems. Definitely on my end. I was doing school. I'm too old to do school, honestly I am. But yeah, I had to. And it were a rough few weeks because there was a lot of exams, putting a lot of pressure on that. My son got sick and then I had some internet issues. Hopefully all of those are now resolved. Of maybe a good note, I didn't stop playing where I could. So let's go over some of the things because a lot has changed. And all of these factories now can accept large ships. They all have workforce, they all have food. We have quite a fleet out there that is going to be supplying. I kind of want to do the workforce fleet. I want to get more ships into this just to make sure that we keep topped up, which is quite important. The other thing is we now have a additional trade station. Like I said, it's been a while since I was able to record. If I go over things for a second time, then I do apologize for that. Because I'm not sure what I covered and I kind of do not have the time right now. And also, I don't have the patience to go over things again. I would just want to really relax and record a video for you guys. What is going on Xenon-wise? Xenon-wise, the Xenon are pushing on. They are pushing forward. Going into the personnel tab with the time spent is 1 day, 1 hour and 25 minutes. So yeah, we should be on a Xenon evolution, I think like 3, because we put on the timer on like 7.5 hours. Then we knew then we're probably on 4. But on the positive note, we are getting in quite a good amount of money. As you can see, we are gaining 11 million, and that is while we spend a whopping 16 over here. So we're close to 30 million, giving us a lot of room to play around with. I'm currently en route towards the faction representative because I think that getting a defensive station in place over here would really benefit the Terrans. Even though it's not really my place to build defensive places in Xenon territory, because of course that is to Central Command, I do feel it is my obligation towards the Terran faction to defend them in any way, shape or form possible. Now, well, and this doesn't help either, of course. Yeah, now there is still a good amount of large ships, but I do want to start my own fleet at some point. Now, we're not anywhere close of getting our own wharf or any shipyards because we would need 145 million, and I flat out refuse to just sit here idly on my thumbs doing absolutely nothing. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Also, the main mission still hasn't progressed any way further than this. The fleet still gets triggered by this shipyard and gets annihilated. So, yay. Yay, yay. We are going to be buying the blueprints that we need in order for us to build a defensive station. And whatever is left, I would like to start designing a very small fleet. I was thinking about getting those ships that have torpedoes. Those are, well, somewhat expensive. Oh, come on. We can do it. Don't make me look like an idiot. Yeah. There we go. We managed. That can actually shoot out missiles, which is, if I go to buy ships, I think it is the...
It's an honor to have you aboard.
Is it the Akita? No. The Osaka then. Definitely not. Way too many turrets. Then of course there's only one, and the Kitsune. Yeah, this is the one. Now on the high preset, it is 23 million. Of course, we're not going to be doing that. The difference between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 is just way too much. So if anything, we're going to be making a loadout on this, where they will just use the Mark II versions of everything. Let's take a quick peek over here. There we go. Large one, this is the missile. Docking computer, don't need long range, don't need police scanner. Kind of don't need a trading computer either, because we'll not be flying this. If anything, it just saves up a tiny bit, but this is starting to be manageable and I like it. The missiles, however, they are stupidly expensive and I get it completely. If we're looking at the Agile Cruise missile, it is actually quite fast for a missile that does this output. So I like it. Not really a fan of the shape, but you know, doesn't really matter. They get destroyed anyway at the end of their journey, and they're not too difficult to make. So if we get an auxiliary ship, it's not actually that difficult to start producing these ships. So we need to be looking into an auxiliary ship as well. But this is a cruise missile, and this just does damage regular. There is no bypassing at all. 100,000. It actually has an active range of 108. Lock is 32. But that speed is phenomenal and I like it a lot. As for the other one, which is... where the hell are you? Let's just go back because I'm an idiot.
Smuggling vessel found nearby.
That's
Please
cute.
assist in pursuit.
I'm not. Go away. Is the shield bypass cruise missile, which bypasses cruise and just detonates on the hull, which is great. Yeah, I would like to get maybe one of these on the ship and two of the other ones. Still, like I said, it's expensive. As for cargo, let's go with 2 repair drones. 2 can actually get 6 defensive drones. When this ship is built, you can actually tell the ship what those drones will be doing. Not as extended as with a normal fleet. You can just say like attack current target, defend, which is horrible. Escort, where they are zooming around your ship and just following you. I would probably, if the drones go, is attack any enemy or attack attack any enemy. Because this ship will be on a bomb for commander, and I don't need those drones to target only large ships. I want those drones to be out there attacking whatever. Drones are expendable. They are not even 12,000, which is quite ideal. As for crew, we are not going to be using Marines on this. Just get some service crew members that will help boost repairs. Don't need that. So this is going to be 10 million. I like that. Figure out a name for this particular loadout. I'm looking forward to this, as I'm looking at the missile type. This is the shield bypass, so we'll call it the SB. Ooh, come on. SB, and then it's... If you have a better name, by all means, let me know. Shield bypass, and we have the agile crew, which is going to be called the... For now. Did I save that? Okay, we have those two. Looking into XL, the auxiliary ship, 22 million. If anything, I think this should be one of the very first ships we're going to be getting. The reason is, of course, so we can build those agile missiles ourselves, or those shield bypassing missiles. As for cargo, let's go with 20. I think it's maybe too much. 40 of those. I think like 10 is probably enough. It will just get cargo from stations. Most stations have cargo drones. So the cargo drones usually are used for whenever a large ship or anything is going to be docked. And I do believe that large ships do get assisted by these. We'll go over with the Mark IIs again. The difference between the traveling engines is, for this ship, quite there. Even though it does drop the regular speed. That additional, what is it? Almost 900 traveling speed is still quite good. It's such a slow ship. Such a slow ship. Mark II, what's the difference in here? A whopping 30,000. I don't think it's worth 3 million. I know, I'm an idiot, and that will remain so. The Mason Lances, Barrage or Pulse. Let's just go with Barrage. If this ship gets attacked by too many ships, I made a bloody mistake anyways. Because this needs to be at the rear of a fleet. Potentially, it's just going to be on escort or follow leader. It's not in there. Basic. Now, this one does need a trading computer because it needs to pick up. Where's 1050? I could give it defensive drones.
Smuggling vessel found nearby. Please assist in pursuit.
Just in case it gets assaulted and we do not have anything near it. Marines. I've never seen, never in my 2,000 hour plus time spent in X4 seen the AI do any boarding. So I'll just stick them to service crew member. The Marines, if you buy them, they're not that special, so you could just use your service crew members, I hope. Anyways, this is going to be our auxiliary ship, 28 million. Now, we're actually quite close, and I would like to make this my top priority. So this is going to be, let's just call it fleet. Like I said, let me know some names, guys, and I would really like to incorporate those. Tokyo is out of my price range. The builder, I have all the stations I need, so it's not really that special, and even I don't think it's worth the 50,000 or the 150,000 price ticket whenever you buy a new station. Maybe if you really are role-playing your own empire and you have no support from any others, I would definitely go for it. But I think together with the sin that we have and those missile ships, of course a carrier is nice, but I'm so disappointed by the amount of ships that is carried by this particular carrier. It has only 12 internal storage, not really a carrier. It's more like a beefed large ship. Medium. How expensive is this going to be like? Get Mark II. That's the bubble you need. Without that, you are absolutely having a horrible time. Don't like the Mason Lances at the moment. They work, but they just overload really fast. I do need to really pay attention towards the shielding. I know, this is stuff that I could potentially just have skipped. But I do apologize for that. Like I said, I am very happy to be in the saddle again, just recording. Don't need a trading computer. How many defensive drones? Get to get some defensive in there, because this will just boost the internal ship. I don't like in number 19, so let's go 15, 4, and 4. There you go. Once again, just get service crew members out there. 12.4 million. Fleet carrier. Let me know suggestions. I'm not only referring to names, even though I just said that 5 million times. Definitely hope to get more feedback out of you in terms of fleet loadout, stuff like that. What's a fun fleet? I don't need it to be overpowered. I don't like overpowered fleets. I don't need to have a 15 Ashguard Terran fleet destroying everything in its path. I really dislike that. Actively dislike that. Eventually, we do need to get 10 to 15 battleships into a fleet due to the
It's an honor to see
Xenon evolution. Let's go to blueprints. What we need is the defensive modules, all of them, because I might as well just get them. And then equipment, turrets. This one, read, guys, read. Terran ships only, and I say that because I'm an idiot and I actually bought the other one. We'll get the heavy electrono magnetic plus. It looks. These are all missiles, and I don't need this defensive base to be well, to need ships to really supply it. I don't like that. As for the weapons, we'll go with barrage because it was designed for a point defense and an anti-fighter duty in mind. For now, could also go for pulse, jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, we'll go with barrage. We'll need shields. And I eventually will have to buy all of these are the bubbles that your ships will get to gain the additional shield regeneration. What we're looking for is this is the same one. I don't think 15 million is justified, but I'll go for the medium. And we'll go for the medium over here. So still, we're spending 16 million and we're left with 14, which is it's terrifying, actually. Luckily, we do make enough money. So what we do want eventually is an auxiliary ship. And we would then need to have the blueprints for those missiles, which are 70,000 a pop. And we need 60 of them, so 70,000. If you buy them, 10 would be 700,000 times 6. You do the math, because I am too lazy to do so. We need to defend this position before we start a base, because I don't need my so-called fleet to be here getting annihilated. That would be technically a bad option. What we also want to do is send this ship out there because it is going to be time to really help this ship out. The auxiliary ship has a traveling speed of 2.4. Yeah, I kind of still think there's it would justify a traveling engine over here. This is my ship to be to use. Could also use the all-round Mark 1. But it's on it, so we might as well just go with this. All have a Mark 2. We can actually go for the accelerate. If anything, we could make you the barrage battery. And then the other two, the accelerated. I don't know if it makes sense, but it gives them a bit of a different light show. And I like that when we start shooting it. Point singularity. I don't know how to pronounce that. And we just go for those options. This basically is designed as your anti-large ship or your anti-station ship anyway. So far, 2.4 million, not a problem. Don't need long range, although I might be flying it myself. So I do want a police license, police scanner, and a trading computer. Missile-wise, okay, we'll just get two defensive drones, flares, service crew members, 3.5 million. Not going to argue with that. Shoot missiles first, shoot missiles first. These are going to be capital first. Don't know why the half of it was already in there. I think at some point I might have done that. Will remain with that name. Leaving me with 11.1 million. So that brings me to the following. I know that I'm talking a lot and I do apologize. Like I said, a lot of time has passed. So, issues that I'm having. Covert ops, and I already talked about this on Discord. In order to advance the covert ops missions, I will need to break my own rule about not building a relation with another faction. The reason for it is that for this particular mission, we will need an Argon L container. We will need a docking area up here. I believe I can actually, I have these two, but then we need hull parts, which I don't. I do have energy cells. So we can use half of it, but we will not escape the fact that we will need Argon blueprints. Now, we could go to the OTAS. The OTAS hate the Argon Federation, and I would really like to support them. That means that we will have to go on a journey towards the OTAS, find them, and eventually start building up a relation. Now we can say, well, we'll also allow trade with the OTAS to build up our research, with the exception, of course, on the basic mods, because they don't require any starting materials, and I will be eventually doing those, but I just haven't felt like it. But if we are not allowed to trade with the OTAS due to our own rules, we will have to go really into pirating, and I've tried it, and it's not fun at the moment. Due to various reasons, there's a lot of police force, and I've been meaning to start pirating the advanced electronics base that I have actually got some large satellites on. The trade is not large. It's not like a constant stream of ships going there, and the ships usually doing the trade turned out to be large. Now, and I do have a rule about the I would say like the broken piracy mod, where you just start sending out marines and do nothing, because it doesn't trigger any police force nor a faction to start attacking you. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem that I kind of need your advice on. The other mission is we would need to build up with the anti-gun and buy a Minotaur Sentinel equipped with some of these. Now, I'm sure that the OTAS might be able to provide these materials. So I do want to start traveling towards the OTAS, see if that is actually the case. If it isn't, then we would have to honestly buy this from an anti-gun Republic wolf, therefore breaking my own rules. Now we can say, like, because we're ordered by our high command, or she was ordered by high command, and she's just telling me as a covert ops agent to really go out of my way, build a relationship. But if anything, I would rather build up with the OTAS than with the Antigon or the Argon Federation. Due to obvious reasons, I want a war with those two factions in the foreseeable future. When is those foreseeable future? Whenever we make sure that the Xenon are not a threat towards Terran space. And we'll have to eventually do that over here. But right now, it's the Antigon's problem. But whenever it's ours, we will have to make sure that the Xenon are stopped. If anything, right over here. This is a one-way gate. You can go in from here. You will exit over here. Because otherwise, the large attack force would have gone past the wolf, attacking the station. Mission would have been done. Would have been the perfect way of going without this fleet constantly being destroyed. So yeah, lot of talking, I know. We have some things ordered up. What we, or maybe like what I'm going to be doing is no lie.
The intervention corps just signaled that their fleet is approaching the Yaki base.
Yeah,
if you
just
wish to contribute to the war effort and reap the spoils, now is the time to engage.
You know what?
Sir.
Because there is a lot of traveling, I think I will justify myself buying a rapier. The previous rapier got destroyed by the Xenon. Sad times, of course. This is 1,000 more. It's not that expensive, so I'll allow myself to do so. If this ship gets attacked, it's going to go boom anyhow, because it's so weak. But I do like the traveling style-ish. So, I'll get one service crew member just in case. We'll buy this one. Unfortunately, yeah, can't travel over there. So, yeah, I will actually need to go pick that ship up. And then we'll go fly towards the OTAS.
Successfully docked.
Okay, we just got towards the location. Let's get into that rapier.
It's an honor to have you aboard.
Let's unlock. So, do I travel through Argon space or not? I don't remember if there was a gate in a Tikva, or do we need to go through Morning Star into Heretic's End? Or we can go through Memories of I think the the easiest way would go towards the Tikva's choice. Let's go guidance over there. Now this ship is going to be quite fast. Let me not press the wrong button again. Let's go.
Engaged.
So whenever we meet the OTAS, definitely we'll be cutting back. I did unassign some of my low-budget couriers to help out the workforce flat. Not a fleet, apparently it's a flat. Rename that. Let's take a look. We just entered Silent Witness. I believe this is extremely close towards the OTAS. Let's see. Hoping to see some ships shortly. Also, I'm surprised that the Argon Federation is still around. There's the OTAS. Argon battleship. Oh no. Don't tell me they got annihilated. That would be ruining my plan really, really badly. Alright, let's take a look. There we go, OTAS. Nice. You will most likely not talk to me. And the defensive station is still there. Of course, I can't see what's in it. Are they still at war? Where are you? There you go. Well, they really actively dislike them, but they kind of dislike every faction in game. Which is fine.
Entering system. Light of heart.
Stop traveling, please. You.
Tempest.
Can I...
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Xenon.
Now, usually trade ships do. Argon Courier was destroyed.
Drill. Mineral. Stalwart.
Will you talk to me?
I'm not talking to you.
Well, I guess that's a clear no. -17, not a bad way to go. Now, we need to find the shipyard. Now, I believe it's somewhere in this region down here. So, I'm going to be looking for it, but I'm very happy because these ships, they look phenomenal. Let's go, can we just get the capital ship, please? Which is you. Look at that. You know, make a nice picture. I really love these designs. I'm looking forward in the future of doing an OTAS campaign. That would be so cool. That would be against the Argon Federation again. Look at those engines. But are these weapons or they're just fins? If they are weapons, then it would be so cool if they would be rotatable. Problem not. There's an entire fleet over here and they all look very cool. That's the wrong button. There you go. Oh, let me just use my numpad. It looks like a floating docking module. Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, like I said, looking very much forward to the future. What is this? We might have just checked that one out. Oh, that's a farm. Yeah, no one cares about that. I think I finally found it. It took a wrong turn here and there, but there we go. This should be the one shipyard I have, unless that's changed. But in my previous game, this is basically what they had, which is a huge station. Also, way too epic music for this flight. Really loud as well, though. I do apologize, but yeah, I had some complaints about the music. Cannot buy ships, of course not, because we need some... Wow, that's really loud for me. If we can actually find some criminal traffic, I will allow myself to build up a tiny bit of a relation, just so we can see some ships. Right now, we are, of course, unable to. Make sure that we are shooting in a straight line if I need to. Anyways, guys, so I'll be getting this up to a point where we can see the ships. I did reach the maximum of my recording time, and I think my son's about to wake up, so I do need to really finish. Oh, get out of my face. Finish this episode. So, what we will be doing in the foreseeable future, I guess that is something that you might be interested in, is we are going to be building up that fleet. Currently, 28 million. Will I be able to buy the auxiliary ship that I really think that I need on the fleet level? Oh, ooh, that is so close. That is so close. That is not even funny. 150,000? I'm going to be squeezing that out a tiny bit more because I do not want to stop right now just with 150,000 off. I think we should be able to wait a few seconds to, there you go, get some money in. Let's go quickly buy the auxiliary ship. That means that next time we are going to be at least buying some of the blueprints needed for this ship to make the upcoming events a success. Now, I will be parking the auxiliary ship somewhere near, not close, but somewhere near, and we'll be parking what I hope by then is going to be our very tiny little fleet. I hope it will be consisting out of, well, let's say a maximum of 5-6 large ships, and of course some supports in the types of small, maybe even some medium, because I am very happy about the flags with the drones. It's very fun. It will definitely help. We'll build up the defensive plays. Hopefully then also we'll have an answer whether or not we are going to be allowed to deal with the OTAS. I think I need to get this about -9 so we can dock and actually buy a ship. Hopefully that's going to be enough. If that isn't, then yeah, there will be a problem for the foreseeable future. We'll just deal with that. So yeah, a lot of questions, a lot of things that I've done after editing. I think this video is going to be like 30-40ish minutes. And I want to thank you so much for your patience. I honestly do. I know it's not easy when you want to see a particular type of content and then the creator is just not doing what you envisioned. I am aware of that. I do apologize. Hopefully soon there will be things going on that tickle your interest. But until that time, I hope this satisfies you, and we'll see you each other next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.